Hello everyone and welcome to NABE. NABE stands for the Niagara Area Business Exchange. It's a great organization. We want you to find out more about it. And to do so, we're going to have you meet some of the members who are here today. They're right here on the set with me. I have Jim Herberger from Lake Air Promotional Products. Welcome, Jim. Glad to have you here.
Thanks, Judy.
And Ruth Ferree-Bowman from North Shores Niagara. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you, Judy.
And Bob Gurly from Bob's Home Inspection. Welcome, Bob.
Pleasure to be here.
Maybe what we should do first is, for anybody who might not be familiar with the Niagara Area Business Exchange, let's tell them a little bit about the organization, the type of group you are, the types of members that you have, and what you offer to the public, which is actually quite a bit. Jim, maybe I could throw that to you.
Sure. NABE, or the Niagara Area Business Exchange, we're an organization that's been around for over 20 years.
Nice.
I've been a card-carrying member for about 8 or 9 years, I think, now at this point. Time goes by quickly. But we're about 24 members strong, and what we do is we get together once a week. Every Wednesday morning, we typically meet at the Dale Association. We start at about 7:45. We get together in the meeting, start promptly at 8, and we're generally done by 9 or a couple minutes after. And what we do is we're a referral group. We help each other. And we have, as I said, the 24 members from different walks of life. And we talk about what's going on in the community, what's going on with our business, and we help each other by referring business party to party directly, or people who are outside of the organization that we have a success story with. We can share that with the group. It's been tremendously successful for me over the years, and I know that other members have said the same thing. It's a great organization to be part of, because where I think we're a little bit different is that a lot of us have been with the group for a number of years. We really know each other pretty well.
That's great.
So I'm very comfortable if a customer that I'm talking to starts talking about something other than what I do. They need to sell their home, or they're talking about refinancing, or they're talking about insurance. I'm very comfortable in referring Wayne Malcolm or Ruth Ferree-Bowman or any member of the group to that person. So what I have found is that it makes me a better salesperson in my customers' eyes, because they use me for a source of knowledge from things that aren't necessarily my area of expertise. But it's not what you know, it's who do you know, who knows, where you can be a benefit to your customers. So it makes me a much better connected individual, so that I can refer good business people to my customers, and it makes me more successful.
That's terrific.
Yeah, and it's a great organization. And those things are, the direct benefit is, do I write more businesses as being a member of NABE? Absolutely, you can measure that. The immeasurable is, there's so much knowledge that I gain from belonging to this organization, because everybody talks about what they do every week, and eventually it starts to sink in a little bit. I get it. But being a better resource to my customers, and being someone that my customers can go to for additional products and services, it just helps me be more successful.
Awesome. That sounds great. Ruth, tell us, how do you share information in the group? Somebody joins. How do you learn about each other's business so that you can make the referrals? Do people have time during the meeting to share?
Yes, we do. Every meeting, we each go around individually and tell about our business, what's going on, what's new, what's happened that week, what challenges we might have had, if we need help with anything in an expertise from another group or another member, and we go around individually. We each have supposed to be 1 minute, but we take several minutes because we enjoy each other, and we do leads and good of the group every week, and then we discuss whatever interests or problems we might be having, or someone might say, well, I think I could help you in that area. And it's really a help group.
That's wonderful.
We do wonderful that way.
Bob, would you recommend this to somebody just starting out in business, if they've just opened their shop? What would you say?
Most definitely. I have gotten 99% of my business in the last year and a half through referral business,
Great.
either through personal references, other organizations, or NABE. So I wouldn't have a business if it weren't for referral business. So that's why I'm here, and it definitely helps.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, you're sharing like information about people that you know,
Yep.
that you
Yep.
trust, and that's really the way to
And
go.
sharing with the clients then that I get through the referral, I can share the other people that I know, and I get business for them.
Yeah, that's terrific. It's a good circle all
Yes.
around. It's
Yes.
perfect.
Yep.
Now, I want to mention too, you don't just have your Wednesday meeting. You also have social events. You have guest speakers. Jim, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah,
nice
the
benefit.
last, let's see, every Wednesday we meet at the Dale Association. The first Wednesday of every month we meet here at LCTV. And then during the quarter, when there are 5 Wednesdays in a month, that 5th Wednesday we will have a guest speaker come
Nice.
in, which is very educational, informative for everyone, and we've had some excellent speakers. As far as outings, we do have outings for the group, and we also have events where we will invite people outside of the group so that they can, in a more relaxed social setting, get to meet
Yeah, that's a
get to
great
meet all of
idea.
us and make a decision as to whether or not they want to join. So again, that's another benefit of what we do. Our dues are very reasonable, and generally speaking, there is enough money in the bank to pay for those types of outings that we have. It's just another benefit of belonging to the group.
That sounds super, yeah.
And again, in doing things, even something like that, if we have an outing, regardless of what it is, we help local business by doing those sorts of things.
That's a good point. Yeah.
When we talk about, Ruth mentioned that we exchange leads and talk about good of the group. Typically in the good of the group, someone will bring up an event that is going on over the weekend or something like that. And again, as small a group as we are, some of us people will go to those events. So again, we help local business
Yeah.
just by being who we are.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
It's all good.
Yeah. Now, if somebody a business person wanted to just attend a meeting, can they just come and just see what it's like?
Yeah, I believe the bylaws state that you can attend up to 2 meetings and make a decision as well whether or not you want to join. And again, we meet every Wednesday morning at 7:45. If someone wants to join us over at the Dale Association,
Just come on in.
come on in. I would suggest you do call one of the members first and let us know that you'll be there, so that we can get you from the front door into the meeting room. And we look forward to seeing people.
Sounds great. And a list of all your members is available on your website, which is such a good resource. NiagaraAreaBusinessExchange.org. Everyone is listed and how to contact them and information about their business, which is a really wonderful thing right there just to see. But you're also, Ruth, looking for new members, maybe
Always.
areas that are not
That's
covered
right.
in your current
We do have
roster.
exclusivity for each industry, but the industries are numerous, so we have many, many, many openings, and it doesn't hurt to just give us a call or look on the web and decide
see
if
what's there.
you're a fit for us.
That sounds great. Awesome. Well, I want to find out, too, about your individual businesses, a little bit more about what you do and the areas of expertise that you have. Jim, why don't we start with you? Tell us about what you do.
Okay. Recently, I filed a DBA here in Niagara County for a new venture. I decided it was time for me to make a change from what I had been doing for a number of years. And I put together a few different business plans and decided that what I was going to do was to begin selling promotional advertising products. A good friend of mine has been doing it for a number of years, and I talked with him at length about what he does and how it works and who his suppliers are and things like that. And he's been a good mentor and source of information for me to go to assist me in launching this. And I filed the DBA under the name of Lake Air Promotional Products. And
That's exciting. A new venture. I love
and
it.
it's going well.
Good.
And Lake Air means nothing to anyone except to to me and maybe some members of my immediate family. We grew up on Lake Road, just east of Alcott, and we were all in pretty good health. And whenever somebody would comment to my mother how fortunate she was to have 11 children, and we all had all our fingers and toes, she would always comment, well, I think it's that lake air. So lake air was something that we always laughed about as siblings growing up, and it was just something that I decided I was going to name the business in memory of my mom.
Aw.
And it's been going really well. This organization here has helped me launch this by just in dealing with the members here, and they know me and trust that I'm going to help them with the promotional products. And I think if you stop and think about it, I mean, Ellie Hyde from Fort Hyde Kennels in my office at home, I've got a calendar hanging on the wall, and every month I kind of look forward to flipping the page and looking at the dogs on the calendar and seeing
I
what
have
the
that
next
one
scene
too,
is.
and I agree with you.
And it's not that it does help in promotional advertising, things like that. It does help keep your name in front of people that you want to.
Sure.
You want to keep your name in front of your customers, right? And for the events that companies have, company picnics, and maybe they're attending the Niagara County Fair and they want things to hand out to people.
Sure. Yeah.
The major supplier that I work with is out of Batavia, Ohio, and it's called Kaiser and Blair, and they're a very large clearinghouse with tremendous global purchasing power. So the products that I'm able to offer, whether it's an imprinted shirt or a hat or a frisbee with your name on it or a calendar or pens or whatever you need, we can get those very affordably.
Great.
And get the process done very quickly. Turnaround time is pretty good, so people get their product at very, very good prices, and the qualities from everything that I've seen is really good. So
Great.
I'm excited about it.
And I think that's really important for businesses to think about, having something, as you said, that somebody sees it, they remember your business, they think to call you because it's in front of them. It's something
I think
they're
it's
using,
important too.
Yeah. So
Which is why I came up with a tagline that if you buy from me, and we'll both make a better living. So, but I think there's a lot of there's a lot of truth to that because most companies have some sort of a marketing budget or an advertising budget, and if they're not, if you're putting an ad in the newspaper or whatever your advertising has been, or if you've been, a lot of people are no longer advertising in the phone books, which that was very expensive. So there's different things that you can do with your advertising dollars.
and be creative.
Be
That's very
creative
cool.
and help you promote your business.
Wonderful. How do we get a hold of you? A website or phone or?
www.lakeairpromo.com is the website. Telephone number, my cell phone is the best, 716-863-1236.
Wonderful. Well, that's great. Very, very excited for you starting something
Thank
new.
you.
That's really awesome.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Judy.
Ruth, tell us about yourself and about your business.
Okay, well, I'm an independent insurance agent, and North Shores Niagara was started in October of 2014 as my second owned and operated agency in my life. I had bought my father's agency years ago and owned that, operated it, and sold it. And kind of regretted it. Once the insurance gets in your blood, that's just the way you are. And I've worked in the industry all the years, and finally had the opportunity to open my own agency again.
Awesome.
And I'm just absolutely amazed at how wonderful the opportunity is and how happy I am doing this. Putting smiles on people's faces, saving insurance money really helps.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we're an independent insurance agency in Burt, New York.
Okay.
I have my son working for me, and my other son, my older son, has opened an office in Virginia. So we
Terrific.
have, we're spreading out. We're also part of a national Strategic Insurance Agent Alliance, which is a national group. And last year, the group did more than $6 billion in sales. So therefore, with a volume like that, we can offer cheaper rates than anybody. I mean, all the competition, I'll say 99%, I can beat.
That's great.
Yes, and that puts smiles on people's faces. And quotes are free. It's a wonderful way to help people. I mean, there's no reason to pay more when you don't have
When
to.
you don't have to, yeah.
And we belong, I have a website, www.northshores.co, not .com. And if anybody wants to go there, there's a consumer quoting there.
Oh, that's
Just,
cool. Yeah.
3 to 5 minutes of putting your information in. You get a quote. You come back to me. I get notice that you've done this, and I can call you back, help you out through it.
Yeah.
It's a quick, easy way. You don't have to leave your couch. You just punch in your information, and I can help you out. Or you can call me. My number is 716-251-2443. Stop in at the office. Anything, any way you want to communicate, we can do it.
That's
Email,
great.
whatever, phone. We've had some exciting results with landlords.
Okay.
If anybody has rental property, that is our really big niche right now.
Nice.
I increased one client's coverage by over $1 million and saved her over $4,000 in premium.
That's terrific.
So if anybody has any rental properties, I'd be happy to give them a quote. Quotes are free, as I say, and
it's good to look into it because you never
That's
know.
right.
You know?
You don't know.
And I love how you've made it so easy for people. You know, it isn't like going to take a whole half of your day.
No.
You know, you can give it a try
That's
and
right.
just take
Let
a look,
me
plug
do
in
the work,
figures.
and you
Yeah.
reap the benefits. So
How often should people maybe look at their insurance?
I would
Is
say
that-
every 3 years at least.
Okay.
They should, because the rates change. So.
You know, and I think sometimes it's kind of in the back of your mind because you're running your business or you're doing whatever, you know what I mean, just your life.
That's right.
And you're not thinking of that always.
That's
and maybe
true.
when the bill comes,
That's
but then
true.
you're like, oh, well, okay. But then maybe, it's good to just stop and
That's
take a
right.
minute,
That's right.
look at this, see what you
That's
can do.
right. And also something for people to think about is the umbrella. The umbrellas are so inexpensive. You get $1 million of coverage. The cheapest I've seen them is for $125. Now, that's really, really inexpensive, and you have covered your home and your auto
Wow.
with $1 million umbrella. It's something people don't think about again, but they need to. It's so reasonable.
And
Another
again, you have the expertise, and you can tell people, this is what's out here.
Absolutely,
So that's great.
absolutely. Another thing they need to look into is ID theft,
Yeah, didn't even think of that.
cyber liability.
Sure. There are a lot of things.
There's a lot
to
of things
think
that they
about,
need to
yeah.
think about. Combining your auto and home, it can save you so much money. It's just if people would just sit down and talk for 5 minutes, we could save money.
Well, remind us again your website. and
Website
phone.
is www.northshores.co, not .com, .co, and I'd be happy to help.
Wonderful. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bob, tell us about yourself and your business.
Well, my business is Bob's Home Inspection LLC. I am a licensed New York State home inspector. Will travel anywhere in Western New York, from Lake Ontario to the Pennsylvania state line.
Nice.
I do a visual inspection of a home, whether you are purchasing it or selling it.
Okay.
Home sellers would want to get it done so that take any of the mystery out of, is there a problem with the house or not? Everybody wants to get a home inspection, and for home buyers, it helps it helps them make an informed decision.
Yeah, definitely.
How old is the roof? How long can we expect? How old is the furnace? How old's the hot water tank? These are some of the things I run into, and people realize, well, yeah, it looks old, but what do I need to do? And it's, well, you could save money if you got a little more efficient furnace right now, but you can budget over the next 3 to 5 years
Yeah,
for when you need to get a new furnace.
Sure, yeah.
And for new homeowners, I really like to work with new homeowners to show them. Being the teacher in my life, my parents were both teachers, my sister, my brother, all sorts of family members, my wife. I like to show new homeowners different things about their home that they may not realize. That there's actually a filter on the furnace that needs to be replaced. And where things need to be caulked, and just general maintenance to make their home ownership an easier and more pleasurable time.
Because that's not the kind of thing that you normally just know, unless
Right.
you
Right.
have tried building something or you know something about homes. I think a lot of times people are like, well, I'm going to live here, but I don't know a lot of the details. But they can make living there so much better if you do know and take care of it, as you
Right.
said,
Right.
or knowing how long an appliance might last.
Yep.
I know I didn't have an idea sometimes when you see, oh, this usually lasts this long or this long. I really didn't have a clue. And I'm sure for a lot of people buying a home, especially the first time, you really have no idea.
Right,
Yeah.
right. My dad was a shop teacher, and he taught me from the get-go about houses, about how to fix things, how to repair them, and just maintain them. And I've always done that with my homes. And I've seen other young people who have never had that training who really do need to learn. And so visually inspecting a home and again, just trying to help them make an informed decision. I inspected a home back in April for a couple. Upon my inspection, they decided not to buy the house. They had looked at a number of homes since. I did a house for them last week, and it's a beautiful home that they're moving into. I asked them about the original house that I had inspected for them. It's still on the market.
Oh,
This year,
yeah.
that's a crazy thing because
Yes.
houses are selling within a week.
Wow. And I think as a seller, you would want to know, as you said, these are
Right.
things that you can do to help sell the house,
Right.
get
Right.
it looking, not just looking good, but actually stable or whatever the term
Right.
would be, so
Right.
that the new homeowners, people looking at your house really want it.
Right.
So it can benefit both sides. I think that's
Correct.
terrific.
Correct.
And you're right, people don't always have that background, so that's really good that you can come in. So you start, how long does it take to do an inspection?
Typically, depending upon the size of the house, it's going to take anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 hours
Okay.
of doing the inspection. It will take me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours then to create the report, which I will send you a link to so that you can then have your report. There'll be anywhere from 150 plus pictures on it.
That's great.
I have found gas leaks in homes before,
Wow.
so I will flag that now with a bright green flagging tape so that the current homeowner will know where the problem is and what they need,
Yeah.
where they need to get it fixed. And so I try to help as much as I can.
That's terrific. I know my parents had said something once about the house, and they said, you're always being aware of the maintenance of a house because
Yes.
maybe you look at the roof now, but then it could be the furnace. So it's an ongoing process. It isn't just buy the house and wait 10 years to do something.
Right.
You're always needing to be aware. But I think you're right. A lot of times people don't know, and it gives you peace of mind to know what's in front of you, what you
That's
need
right.
to do.
That's
I'd
right.
rather know. I'd rather know and be sure. And I think that's the way I think a lot of people would feel.
And
That's great.
if you're not aware of all the different things, whether you're selling a house or not, if you need an inspection done, just to say, hey, do I have something I need to work on?
Okay, we could call
That's
you for
something
that
I
too.
could help you with also.
Awesome. How do we get a hold of you? To
Best
call
way is
that?
on my cell phone,
Okay.
which is 716-213-3587. I do have an email address, which would be bobshomeinspect@yahoo.com.
Wonderful. Oh,
So-
it's a great thing to do. So, and I admire your expertise. I think
Well,
that's awesome.
I enjoy what I do.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Now we just have a few minutes left, so I just wanted to remind people who may have joined us partway through about when you meet, where. Maybe Bob, you could tell us.
We meet on Wednesday mornings, 7:45 at the Dale Center in Lockport. Our meetings actually start at 8, but we like to get together at 7:45 to talk a little bit before the meeting.
And it's a really friendly group. You're all talking and chatting. You can hear laughter. When you say, Ruth, it's not just business. It's also you enjoy each other's company.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's a great group, and we have the additional activities that we have outings, and we have the fifth Wednesday, we try to have a speaker come in.
a lot
We
to it.
just enjoy and have a good time, and that's what makes your work fun.
Absolutely. And Jim, you mentioned that you always new members are welcome. They can check and see what types of businesses are already, people who are already members, but there are many fields that are not represented.
There are a lot of fields that are not represented, and even if someone sells insurance and they wanted to attend a meeting, that would be fine. They wouldn't be allowed to join, but to get an idea of who we are and how we operate. What I really like about this, the organization, is the immeasurables. And I just thought of another one while Ruth was talking. Ruth came to my house within the last week and converted my insurance policy, now that I moved in, from fire only to homeowners.
Cool.
And for me, it saved a lot of time. I called her, she came down, the
Awesome.
policy was all ready to go, I gave her a couple of signatures and it's done. So it saves me time, it gives me more time to do things that I need to get done.
Yeah, wonderful. And again, just to remind everybody about your website, NiagaraAreaBusinessExchange.org. Find out about everybody who's a member of the group, links to their businesses. If you have questions, want to contact any of the folks that you've met today. And there are also members of NABE who are directing the show, doing graphics, doing camera. There are many members right here. In fact, we had a meeting this morning and then came in right and did this TV program for you. So we thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you learned something. I always do from doing this show. And we hope you have a wonderful day.
Did you know that nearly 700,000 older New Yorkers volunteer their time every year, delivering a meal to a homebound senior, providing transportation to those that may not have it, mentoring children in schools, protecting nursing home residents, even strengthening and preserving the Medicare program, and so many other valuable activities? Hi, I'm Greg Olson, Acting Director of the New York State Office for the Aging. Some people volunteer to give back to their communities. Others volunteer because it makes them feel good, or they enjoy the experience of knowing that they've helped somebody in their community.
As a long-term care ombudsman volunteer, I advocate for the rights of nursing home residents.
It's people like Rob and many other volunteers that give the greatest gift of all, the gift of their time. And that's what's made New York State such a great place to live. If you'd like to volunteer for the Lit Cop program, please contact our Senior Citizens Helpline at 1-800-342-9871. You'll be glad you did.